Alright, what's up everyone, and welcome back to the H-525 podcast with my friend Corey.
Hey everybody.
Um, Now, was there anything that, caught your interest, Corey, or before I start?
You going ahead? There was an article that I read earlier, or I saw it on TV. It was quite funny. So
Okay.
you go ahead and bring it.
Alright, so just a few minutes ago, I found on Facebook someone posted a teaser poster for the fourth Transformers film, and the title also as well, and it's called Transformers 4: Age of Extinction. And it shows a poster of the logo and the 4, and it's like in sand and shit.
Huh.
So and people have been talking about that that there's gonna be Dinobots in it, and this is probably for the fans, probably fan service or something for those who love the Dinobots. Probably. Who's gonna be in it? Probably. Well, of course, probably Grimlock. In case anyone watched the old Transformers cartoon from the '80s. Have you seen any of it at all or no?
Like the way back in the day ones.
Yeah. Pretty much the first cartoon.
I haven't seen like the '80s ones. I'm more familiar with the
like Beast Wars and shit.
Yeah, with Beast Wars.
Yeah, same here. But I've seen a little. I've seen the movie. That's based off the '80s cartoon. Yeah, and then so if Dinobots are going to be in it, hopefully Grimlock is at least one of them. And then
that would be dope.
Yeah, and it's for sure confirmed that Mark Wahlberg is going to be in it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Marky Mark.
Mark. Yeah.
This actually really excites me because I like Transformers a lot.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna be honest, I thought all three of the movies were good.
They were good for what they were, but like there were definitely parts that like were kind of leaving people questioning.
Yeah.
And like especially like some of the stereotypes they kind of exploited, sort of.
Yeah.
And like, so a lot of the scenes were like kind of unnecessary. Like, it's a Michael Bay movie. I mean, he does kind of go overboard with with people. How he, kind of handles like human characters.
Yeah.
And especially in this one, like like this especially goes with what's his name? The main human, Sam.
Yeah.
His parents. They're super like stereotypical parents.
They really are.
Yeah. And then like, what's another? This whole bunch of and then the third one, there was like that weird thing with that character played by John Malkovich, and he was like supposed to be like the boss for Sam.
Yeah.
At his first job, and then I don't know what the fuck was up with that character.
Yeah.
Ugh. But for the most part, I like the Transformers films.
Yeah, I really enjoyed him. Plus, what's his name? Josh, Fergie's husband. I'm pretty sure that's who it is. Thinking the right person. Josh Duhamel, he's in them, right? He's he's the Air Force guy.
But yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And then there's Tyrese.
Tyrese. Hey, you know what? Real talk. I'm a fan of Tyrese. He is. He's actually quite motivational.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna throw that out there. He's got a book. I can't remember what the hell it's titled, but it's a good book. So far, I've read like the first 50 or so pages. It's a good book.
I like him as an actor.
He's funny.
Yeah,
he's comical.
Funny. Yeah, he is funny. Yeah.
He does good in Fast and Furious series. I'm glad that they brought him into the later films.
Right, yeah,
you know what I mean? Because like it really could have just been done after
Too Fast, Too
Furious, which, if we're gonna be honest, that's probably my least favorite of that whole series. But that's for a different time. But yeah, glad they brought him back.
For me, my least favorite was Tokyo Drift, only because it was just so.
It's very stereotypical.
It is very yes.
I'll agree with you there.
Yeah, it is very exaggerated. Like, for example, like not not everything you see I mean, not everything is in a machine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, sure there are vending machines for like a lot of things, but not everything is a vending machine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't know the way they like handled all the drifting and all that those sequences
Yeah.
were kind of overall like kind of sort of annoying, and all the characters were all like something from Need for Speed and like. But
That's really the best way to describe it too.
Yeah, they're all
straight
like
on Need for Speed.
yeah, exactly. Like all those characters were basically all those characters were all like cocky, arrogant, like
Yeah.
they're all like showing off their shit, and they think they're the shit. Like that's pretty much most of the characters in that.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much where, you know, the fourth one came out, and like that pretty much like changed how.
The whole like spectrum of what the films were.
Yeah, and it's like that one's more like story driven, and then like the other like the films before that were more like just about the cars.
Yeah.
In general. I mean, I like Tokyo Drift for like the selection of cars, and like the look, but the way they were handled, like
Yeah.
just can't. It was annoying.
I was purely excited about it just because it was in Japan.
Yeah,
And at that point,
exactly.
like, all right. So in college, I had a lot of people make fun of me. They called me like an inside out Twinkie, right? Because they're like, "Oh my God, you love Japan," but I'm not like your Okay, all right. I try not to do this often, but I'm not your stereotypical weird white kid who likes everything that's Japanese. You know, I'm not the weird. You know.
He's not an otaku either.
Yeah. Oh Jesus. It's like I went through the trouble of trying to learn the language because I thought it was fun, and I eventually wanted to like try and move to Japan, maybe work in Japan, do that kind of thing. Like I'm just genuinely interested in, the culture, the people, the land. Like I really liked it. It
Right.
wasn't like I don't treat it like a fad. Like I feel like
Yeah.
no offense to the people who do, like that's their thing. And I'm sure foreign countries do this to America and like our whatever you want to call
With
it.
our culture.
With our culture, but that's just not how I do it. I'm just kind of like, no, this is something like I kind of have adopted into like my understanding of people. Like I got that in there. I don't remember where I was going with this now. My mind just completely shut down. Oh, okay, all right. So as I was saying, like, so that's how I would kind of view, Japanese stuff. And so then when Tokyo Drift came out, I was literally at like my peak of like my excitement about everything that was Japanese. You know?
It was hyped up. Yeah,
it was like super hyped up, and so I was just really fucking excited that it was in Japan.
Yeah, like that was like the main point, like the main thing about the movie is like, oh, it's gonna be in Japan, like so that's why a lot of people were hyped up.
Yeah.
But like it was a lot of the reason why a lot of people didn't like it is because one, the cast, like it was all these like people that all these actors that people didn't know at the time, except for the one who played Han.
Sung Kang.
Yeah, he was kind of popular.
Well-known.
Yeah, kind of well known, but
Lucas Black, I think at that time was also kind of well known.
Kind of
because Friday Night Lights had already happened,
right?
And so Friday Night Lights was a pretty big film for him.
Mm-hmm.
But that's really about it.
Pretty much, and like the script was pretty cheesy.
Yeah,
and Bow Wow was in it.
Gotta love Bow Wow.
Yeah, I know, right? All grown up.
It's hilarious just to see him like that
in Japan,
and then to call him Twinkie. It's just hilarious. Hilarious.
Yeah, I really did like the RX-7 with the Veilside kit.
Yes.
That the car Han drove.
Yes.
In the movie, and then I really like the red Evo.
Yes.
That Sean. It's funny.
Yeah.
His character's name is Sean. Sean was driving for a while until that big chase scene happened.
Yeah.
And then, were there any? Well,
I really like the I think is it an S15?
Oh,
in the beginning where they're like, "This is Mona Lisa." Like you don't.
Oh yeah.
The blue and orange one from the beginning.
Yeah,
that Han lets Sean drive. I like that car a lot.
Yeah. And then I was gonna bring up the bad guy's car. I forgot his name, but Takashi or something. Yeah. And then he drove the Z.
Yeah.
350Z. That was okay. It's just
I think that car gets overdone a lot.
it gets way like
in films, in real life, like people just put ridiculous ass body kits on them. Pretty much, and they just look like crap.
They do. A lot of them do look like crap. I like the way it is right now, like the 370Z.
Yeah.
Like just the stock.
Yeah. If you want to do something to your car and you've got a 370Z, I support, new air intake if you must, and new exhaust if you
Yes.
must. And that's about it. If you want to put different wheels on there, by all means go ahead, put some Volks, some SSRs,
Some Koenigs or something.
Koenigs, do whatever you want there, but you don't need to put the stupid body kit
like
on there with the
this ridiculous body kits with the nose all making it look like a fucking hand vacuum or something.
That's the best way I can think to describe them. That's freaking perfect.
Yeah, it really reminds me of the hand vacuum, especially from Shark.
Oh, like the attachment on the front.
Yeah, the front. Yeah, the mount, that little that really is what I think of when I see those kits on the 350Z. I mean, or the Z series.
Yeah,
it is pretty ridiculous, but when you do it right, they're really nice.
That's true.
Yeah,
I've seen some really well done ones.
Yeah,
and I've seen more not so well done.
No,
ones.
not so much. Yeah. Let's see.
And don't ever dare put freaking Lambo doors on your Z, okay? Just don't do that shit.
My friend told me that he saw a Corolla or a Civic.
I've seen a Civic with them.
Yeah, with Lambo doors.
No.
Suicide is okay, but Lambo is kind of ridiculous.
Yeah.
At least Suicide is kind of the same, except it just goes backwards.
Yeah.
It's kind of reverse. But yeah, the Lambo is kind of just ridiculous. And I've seen a Mustang with that too.
With Lambo doors.
With Lambo doors, Mustang GT. Those two.
That's moderately more acceptable.
Well, yeah, it is. It is
because it's a nicer car.
It's a nicer car, yeah.
But it shouldn't be done regardless.
Regardless, it doesn't work with cars that aren't super cars.
Yeah.
I'd be down to have Lambo doors on let's say a Nissan GTR.
Yeah,
that'd be pretty fucking cool.
Or an RX-7.
Ooh, yeah.
Or if you had a really nice RX-8.
Yeah.
You could almost pull it off. You'd have to have a really nice RX-8, but I now I've got RX-7 stuck in my head with Lambo doors. It's just freaking awesome.
It does work for the rare sports cars.
Yeah.
Let's say the Toyota MR2.
Yeah.
Yeah, since it does have that same profile as the Ferraris.
Yeah.
Overall body design, so yeah, I think the Lambo doors would work.
That'd be cool.
That would be pretty fucking cool.
Be cool. Shoot, even a Corvette.
Oh yeah. It's a pretty pristine car comparing to other others out there. But definitely not let's say on the Volt or something.
Oh jeez.
Or the Cobalt.
Oh my god. I remember when those things came out. I was just embarrassed.
Yeah. It was like a knockoff of the Civic or something.
Basically.
But I am a fan of the Focus lately though. The most recent look. Yeah. They're really nice, especially the STs.
Yeah, they do look really nice. I considered getting one for a while, but I've heard that the Ford Sync stuff just isn't really ironed out.
Yeah, the voice command. It's the one with the voice command shit, right? Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen my friend trying to work it, and it doesn't work almost half the time.
Yeah, I have a friend who it actually caused so many problems with her car that she filed a lawsuit against Ford.
Oh.
Due to like lemon laws and everything, because she had to keep constantly taking her car in to get it repaired and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, they offered her a settlement where they'd either replace the car with an entirely brand new car, or just give her money back. Yeah, I think she opted for her money back. She said she was done with Ford forever. But so I mean, I've kind of kept that in my mind, knowing somebody who's had that much trouble with them. You know. Yeah. I still think they look really cool.
They do look cool.
They've got very nice body lines.
Mm-hmm.
They're decent performance.
It is, yeah.
Good fuel mileage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Focus, and then of course the Mustang. It still looks good.
Yes.
That's like a must. Yeah, that's pretty much it when it comes to American cars today.
Yeah.
That comes to mind. I mean.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot which one it was. I think it was like, I think the Impala or the Monte Carlo that got remodeled, and it really looks like the new Accord.
Huh.
It's pretty much like the flagship family sedan for Chevy. You know how like there's the Camry and then there's the Accord.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like. I forget what car was that for the Chevy. Yeah, definitely not the Cruze.
I've never really been a big Chevy fan.
Yeah.
I mean, it's unless it's an old Chevy or if it's a Corvette or a Camaro.
Camaro.
It's just really not.
Okay.
Been a fan.
It's the Impala.
Impala.
Yeah. Let me find a.
Is it the 2013 that they?
Yeah, I believe so.
Oh, okay. Here we go. 2014 Chevy Impala. You're right. It really does kind of look like an Accord.
Yeah. So obviously they're kind of jacking the the Japanese influence into their design.
That's hilarious.
But it's pretty much common today, like people.
It really is.
Because like you can only do so much with like design today. It really is hard. I mean, it kind of goes with a lot of things in general, like like fucking music.
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of a video that I think it was Vsauce that did it, but.
Will we ever run out of music?
Yeah. And that really fucking was a really good video.
Yeah, I agree.
It's like, it's not infinite, but like it's definitely enough for like several hundreds of generations.
Yeah.
So it's really surprising, considering like the repetitive music that we're listening to today.
Yeah, but I think like today the reason it is so repetitive is because people aren't okay. Artists today are nowhere near the level of musical genius that artists from like, I'd say, let's go with like the 60s.
Yeah.
Back like to freaking classical people, like from artists in the 60s, 1960s all the way back to like your Beethovens and shit, like artists,
Baroque,
like artists now are nowhere near as creative as that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think that's why it's so repetitive. Is because nobody's like really sitting down, trying to like create something like brand new.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Or at least take something but add their like a creative twist to it.
Yeah.
And it's funny because it's kind of like how like video games are handled too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's kind of like they're all like kind of like remakes nowadays.
Yeah.
And same with movies too.
Yeah.
They're all like from TV shows and stuff like that, and or like novels.
Yeah.
You know, especially like comic book stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and like a lot of movies have to rely on that now. What was one? I mean, there's so many of them I can't name on top of my head. But I think Knight Rider was one of them.
Oh yeah.
Knight Rider, or at least it's coming up or something. I don't know.
They did a remake of it.
Yeah, and
The
then
new kit was really cool. I'm kind of upset that it didn't last longer than I think it only lasted like a season.
yeah. Oh yeah, the Green Hornet. Like the movie came out, and then that movie didn't exactly like met the success that they expected.
Yeah.
And it was all like hyped up and shit. And anyways, and uh, like I feel like music and like a lot of other stuff too. Like it's just being forced to like getting rushed by the producers and stuff, or like the people who basically want to make money.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're just totally a lot more, hungry for money than like let's say a few decades ago.
Yeah.
It's like it really like fueled like the creativity that people had, but now it's just like we want money, just hurry up and make this now like at this date or something like that.
Yeah. It's like just go do a remix, that'll make us money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One prime example is like fucking Pitbull's song with Christina Aguilera, and it ripped fucking the beat or like the melody from Aha's "Take on Me."
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like that's a prime example of what music is today. And then what's another one?
There's the one that was like, you spin my head right round.
Oh yeah.
I can't even remember who the main artist on that is. I just remember that Kesha sings the
Jesus.
the vocals on it.
Yeah.
Oh, she's not half bad talent wise.
I did. Definitely not my cup of tea. All right, I think we can move on from that. I definitely want to bring up the topic of about smartwatches. They're like they're getting hyped up. What do you think about them?
I honestly don't. I don't want one personally.
Right.
I'm very like. I think the smartest a watch should be is like if you want to get a Casio, like a Pathfinder or a Trekker or something like that, because they've got like infinite numbers of crap you can do with them, like temperature, barometer, your elevation, and everything. Like I'm very like classic when it comes to watches.
Right.
So that's how I feel about it. Like, I mean, I happen to be wearing a G-Shock right now, but I have it because of like the shock resistance and the magnets and stuff.
Yeah.
I just want that protection. I want like solid dedicated time. Other than that, like I'm pretty traditionalist. Like, I really like my dad has like a couple classic Seiko automatic watches. And those are pretty cool, and some other ancient watches that I can't even remember what make they are. But I don't know. I mean, on the flip side of it, though, I think they're cool ideas. Smartwatches are like it's just cool. I mean, I don't see any practicality to it though. Like it's just kind of like an extra level like of.
It's like a phone on your wrist.
Yeah, pretty
much.
I'm not into that. I don't like that idea at all. You're gonna see people walking around with their one arm out in front of them, and then they're gonna be like tapping on that shit. Now that's even more going on in front of you than when you're walking around with your phone in your hand, which is dangerous as hell. So don't do that.
That's already dangerous as it is.
So now you're gonna have like another thing
that distracts you.
Yeah, because I mean it's one thing when you have your phone in your hand and then your arms like pointed down, right?
Right.
But when if it's on your wrist, then you gotta like have that over, then you gotta
stick your elbow and shit.
Elbow out. You gotta be using your other hand to manipulate it, kind of thing. Like it's just.
I can see it with athletes,
Yeah.
But for the everyday person, like especially someone like me, I would say it's not practical. Like, your phone can already do everything, and your watch doesn't have a fucking phone.
Yeah.
So why even have it? It's pretty much your phone, but without the actual phone.
Yeah.
It's like a iPod Touch that's small. Oh no, actually, yeah, it's basically a nano on your wrist.
Yeah.
That's how I see it. But if it does have something that the phone can't do, then it's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah.
But right now, from what I hear, it's like it's basically a smartphone on your wrist, but without the phone.
Exactly.
So,
Exactly. And I mean, now I personally originally liked the idea. Was it I think it was under the Nano, right? When Apple did it, and you could wear the device on like a watch strap kind of thing, and you could change the face of what your watch was, and it was basically like a digital watch that way.
Yeah,
now, I personally think is kind of cool. That capability, and then you have people just develop the skins for the faces and whatnot, and that's kind of cool.
That's cool, yeah.
But giving it full on functionality, like, I'm a Facebook from my wrist, kind of shit. No, man, like, forget that shit. F that, man.
Yeah.
Nobody got time for that.
Yep. Yeah, it's technology is getting both like good in like an innovating sense, and then like kind of ridiculous at the same time.
Yeah. It's like each day we get smarter, but at the same time we just get more and more dumb.
Yeah.
Like, we've got this great technology to do this. Let's put it on our wrist. No. No, don't be an ass clown. No.
Jesus. God.
It's a terrible idea.
It's like, we have voice command. Let's put it in our car. Let's make it like 75% of what the car needs or something like that. It's like, no, that's not what we want.
No, that's just all bad.
That's not what we need here.
Yeah, it's terrible. I mean, I think voice command is a convenient feature. I see it as a safety feature, but when you start making it like, if it's like something it has to be relied on, then it definitely is not gonna work. Especially right now. Yeah, it's just not applicable. It should be like sort of like an option, and then like kind of just work it from there. Exactly. Yeah. Kind of, and then like work out the bugs and like all the like shit that happens with the device, and then like when it's ready, then you can take a step further. Yeah. But yeah, a lot of things are just like kind of in the first stage right now. And like, just, but I technology is like it's always advancing as we speak. So I'm pretty optimistic of what like certain technologies are gonna go from there. And I mean, I'm pretty sure it's gonna get better, but it's a matter of when. That's true. Yeah. I don't know. For me, I have zero faith in technology because let's just stop and think about this. The conventional combustion engine that we use in our cars, right? It's been fine-tuned and tweaked, and we figured out how to get 40 miles per gallon out of them without making it a hybrid, right? Right. But then, on the other hand, we're over here complaining like, oh, we're going to run out of fuels, cost of oil is expensive as shit. Well, why the hell don't we just find something else that is a convenient, efficient, cheap, clean-burning fuel source? Figure something out, and then redesign a new motor to run on that. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. Okay, the world is like 80% water. Right, yeah. Why have we not found a motor that runs on salt water? Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Why have we not developed something? So it's kind of like all these people are like, we need to find a fuel source for the same motor we have. Right. Why don't you just build a new motor for a fuel source we've got? That's I know. Yeah. Random, genius thought there. Yeah, it's people are just so stuck on like this one thing that like people forget that like you can kind of like create something new and like make that like the innovation of whatever generation or whatever. And what kind of blows my mind is that you said about water, our planet is 80% water or whatever. What blows my mind is that our universe is like pretty much consists of helium and hydrogen. Yeah. So why I can't see why fucking they don't come up with a much cheaper way to produce hydrogen to for the fuels the fuel cell car. Like I don't get it. It's like everything else is good about the fuel cell car. It's just that storing the hydrogen is
super massive expensive in producing it, and this is it's like I don't get it. It's like it's like those two are the most abundant things in the universe, and it's like I don't get it. It's just you can't find a practical way of storing them or producing them, whatever it is that it's causing the problem.
Yeah.
It's like you can't even do something with the something that's even more common than water.
Yeah.
And use it to, to our benefits.
Yeah.
That's like one of the things that really bothers me today.
Yeah.
As a technology enthusiast. Yeah, especially, as me majoring in technology and formerly engineer, it's like that was like one of the things that I always wanted to look and research is hydrogen and like the fuel cells and how it can be used, for transportation and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's like the only the only thing that's holding it back is that and politicians. So that's another problem. Yeah, because there's supposedly like a design, and it's a two-stroke engine,
mm-hmm.
and it can use so little fuel, right? So it could be used in our cars and whatever, but the only reason why it has been used is because politicians don't like it. They like the current design in our engines, and they're just like fuck that shit,
Yeah. Politicians are ass clowns, if we're gonna be honest.
They're the main reasons why a lot of our technologies is not advancing forward as they should.
Yeah.
As we're not moving forward as a group of species or whatever.
Yeah.
It's because of politicians. It's just, I don't know what goes through their minds. It's just like they think what they do is right, but they're only going a step forward, but like a few a lot of steps back.
Yeah, I agree with that. Just entirely.
Yeah, that really ticks me off. Let me get my water. It's a little break. What I got in my hand. Potential fuel for engines that's not being used because apparently we're idiots.
I know, like it could be such a simple design. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Like maybe you could have a plug-in electric car,
mm-hmm.
right? We checked its circuitry and everything, and what that does is that charges like a turbine, and then as a fuel source you put in water. And when you start your car, that turbine starts moving the water through the car at like X speed. And that particular turbine pushes the water through another turbine, which creates reserve power. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah, I'm getting.
Does that idea. Just not make sense here, or what?
Or at least go on something from there.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like you get something where when you put the water in, or some sort of hydrolysis process.
Right.
If I recall correctly from my chemistry days, that shit creates energy.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm thinking right here.
Or even your electrolysis. Or something,
Yeah.
Like, or why can't we have something that runs on crap? I mean, our crap produces some kind of gas, right? I mean, why can't we use that?
Some methane there.
Yeah. It's like, oh man, I gotta take a shit. Oh, just pop the back and.
Oh, hold on. Let's harness that energy.
I know, right? I think that would be really good during road trips. You know, it's like, dude, pull over. I gotta drop a deuce, man. It's like, all right, great. You know, that'll last us for like, you know, extra miles, man. Go right ahead, man. just be sure to wipe your ass and all that.
Hilarious.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
You have to like build into cars like little privacy things that pop up.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So,
like privacy walls.
Somebody's refilling over there on the side of the road.
I know, right? That'd be awesome.
So in random news though, I saw this on the news earlier that a family was kicked out of I'm pretty sure it was in Florida. Yeah, Universal Studios in Florida. Mm-hmm. A family was kicked out because the dad was wearing a police shirt.
Oh.
You know, like the standard like blank shirt where it's got like in yellow letters like police and it's got like the box around it.
Oh,
you know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like what you see security guards wearing says security.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of thing.
Yeah.
Well, apparently the guy was okay. So apparently the family was on vacation, Universal Studios, and it was a surprise birthday present to the man's daughter for her sweet 16. Mm-hmm. The man says that he was at the park. They were on their way to see the Blue Man Group Saturday night when park security surrounded his family. They told him that he couldn't wear a police shirt in the park. And they stopped by one of the park's shops to buy a new shirt. They said that even more security showed up, and the family told the family says that security told them not to even bother buying a new shirt, and that they had to leave or they would be arrested.
Fuck.
And a spokesman for Universal says for safety reasons, only law enforcement personnel are allowed to wear shirts in the park, identifying them as police officers. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the family says they eventually did get a refund for their Blue Man Group tickets. The father said the T-shirt was a gift from his brother, who is a cop in New York. Honestly, that's just that's some bullshit right there.
It is
you know
bullshit.
What I mean? Like, you know, okay. First and foremost, like, if they're gonna have that rule, and I'm wearing that shirt going into the park, whoever's at the front entrance of the park, like, you know, letting me through a security turnstile, whatever, they should have identified that right away. You know what I mean? And be like, sir, excuse me, like, we have this policy where we don't allow people to wear, you know,
a certain
shirt like this in the park for safety reasons, blah, blah, blah. I personally would be, like, frustrated, but I'd kind of be, like, understanding, like, oh, okay, like, can I go in and buy a shirt, you know, I'll change kind of thing? Like, okay, I'll go back to my car, change, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But no, like, the fact that this was, like, at the end of the day, you know, and then somebody says something about it. Like,
right.
No, that just pisses me off. That means that, like, he's probably been past security people before, at that point in the day, before that point in the day. And they're all just like, oh, whatever. And then finally, like, they're almost about to go to their show, and somebody's like, oh, you know what, I'm going to be a dick right now and ruin this guy's day.
Jesus Christ.
I don't know. It's just some bullshit to me.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there was something I wanted to bring up, and it's kind of old news, but like, and I found this out during my vacation in Japan, and then it was the news where a World War II veteran was beaten to death by two black teens.
I saw that.
Yeah, and I sort of read on that, but basically like now it's like. The suspect, not the suspects are this time black, and then, like the victim is whatever
Yeah.
And now and then like a group of black people are like, oh, and they're trying to like, I don't want to say play it off, but you know what I mean, like, how let's say. Especially the Zimmerman case, like, you killed him because he's black, it's like, but like now they're like, oh, it was this and this and that, like some other circumstance, that, and then like, not, and then like, they did this and stuff, and yeah, it's just that part kind of pisses me off, it's just kind of, it's like a prime example of hypocrisy, it's just like, and then like, especially how. What's that fucker's name? Oh, Al Sharpton and like Jesse Jackson.
Yeah.
They're kind of in on that too. Like they're trying to portray like even though they say they like pull, they're the ones that like pull the race card and stuff like that. You know, that kind of it really annoys me. I don't know. I can't. There's like no other words I can describe, but it's just fucking. It annoys me. Now I'm not saying everyone, every black person does that. I'm just saying like this particular people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those people, piss me off.
Yeah, I hate what I get that oftentimes like it ends up being a big part of it, but I hate when race is put at the forefront of whatever has happened.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Like you can't just say like, oh, 2 teens beat World War II veteran to death kind of thing.
No,
it's like 2 black teens beat white World War II veteran to death. Like,
yeah.
And then when it comes up and these bigger figures like go to talk on it, it's like, well, they're just, like uneducated, blah blah, and like someone will say that, and it's like, no, you're not helping the situation at all.
No.
Like, this isn't. These things they don't even receive the same like amount of attention as they should.
Yeah. They just look at it as, oh, it's a murder, and we need to get justice across.
Exactly.
Why do we need to throw in make it more complicated with the whole race thing, the whole race issue? It's like, come on, no, it's just 2 people fucking killed someone, some person, especially a World War II veteran of all people.
Yeah, and to me, that's what matters most.
Yeah.
Like, right after the fact, like, 2 teenagers killed an older man. That pisses me off. 2 teenagers killed a veteran. That, like, becomes my most important thing that I'm considering. Like, I could care less about the race here. Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
that's what matters. Like, it's what he it's what he did and what his occupation was and whatever, not what he is from outside appearance.
Yeah.
But it's what people are pretty much today. They always just look at it from just the outside, the surface, and not actually go in the actual situation. Yeah. That's the world for you, I guess.
Yeah.
Apparently, okay. Apparently, Miley Cyrus is kind of firing back after the whole issue with what happened at the VMAs, and basically, like she basically claims that this has made history or somehow.
Somebody help the girl.
I don't know. Jesus. I'm trying to read more of it.
Oh, it's on USA Today.
Yeah, I'm reading it from Yahoo Music too. So apparently she said, I don't pay attention to the negative because I've seen this play out so many times. You're thinking about it more than I thought about it when I did it. Like I didn't even think about it just because, cause it's just me. Okay. Let's see. She also says, how many times have we seen this play out in pop music? Madonna's done it. Britney's done it. Every VMA performance. Anyone that performs, that's what you're looking for. You're wanting to make history. Wait.
What? Sorry, I just saw breaking news at the top that Ariel Castro. Okay, maybe I'm a little late to the party here, but Ariel Castro, the man who was convicted on charges last month of capture and imprisonment of the 3 women in Cleveland, he has apparently hung himself.
Oh.
In his cell.
Oh shit. Dang.
Yeah. All right.
So they can't pretty much close the case or whatever. kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Okay then.
that
That just caught my attention real quick there.
That pretty much says that he did it for whatever reason that he did.
Yeah.
It kind of confirms it.
Yeah.
So I don't know why he even hung himself. It's kind of like,
what a pussy.
yeah, yeah. Okay, there's like apparently a leak on what the smartwatch is gonna look like from Samsung's thing, and here it is. It's called a Galaxy Gear, a blocky health tracker with a camera.
No. No. I personally don't like the look of that at all.
No. It really looks like a small phone on your wrist.
It really does. It looks like a small, like, Galaxy phone.
It really does.
Why? Why? It's not okay. I don't approve at all.
Yeah.
If you want a really fancy, nice, expensive watch, just buy a damn Rolex.
Yeah.
You know? Some stupid ass.
Go analog, not digital. I always went analog. For me, it's a lot easier to read just because, like, you get a glimpse and you can already get an idea what time it is. Like 1 o'clock is like this, and then like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock is especially easy, and then like 9 o'clock, 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
And then like for a digital watch, you have to actually read the fucking numbers out. You know. Yeah, that's why I like analog. It's like, I'm a visual person, so like, and especially like it's easier for me to read.
Yeah.
Because I always went with analog when it came to watches. I did have a G-Shock at one point, but I kind of just got tired of it, and it just went analog.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, my G-Shock's a mixture of both.
Yeah, that's a good,
you know, and it's not like one of those obnoxious, like, huge, big digital screens. Like, see, it's pretty fairly small.
Screen,
but you can still see the hands. Most of the time, I leave the function like on date because I care more about the date in that spot because I can read. I know how to read a fucking watch. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, I saw the thing today on Facebook. I think from Andy's thing that the new iPhone is gonna come out on this date or whatever. They like release date
on the 10th. Yeah, it's or supposedly.
Yeah,
of course. It's always supposedly, but.
Oh, I think that's the same. Also, the same day. Now we're gonna cover gaming stuff for a little bit. That the HD remake of Kingdom Hearts is gonna come out for the PS3.
Yeah, that does sound very familiar.
Yeah, Kingdom Hearts. It's like, for those who don't know, it's or who don't remember, is like that Final Fantasy and Disney crossover, and then it's like this. It's such a huge hit for anime fans and manga fans and video game fans alike. Just it's like it's one of the essential things of Japanese anime cultures. Yeah. It's like you haven't lived until you've known Kingdom Hearts. I never got a chance to actually play it. You know, like all my like friends have. Yeah. So I'm like, yep. I think now's the time to see why Kingdom Hearts is pretty cool. And it's like it's definitely one of those games that it's more story driven than actual like gameplay. But the gameplay is like pretty simple. Yeah. It's a action RPG that you can, it's like a sort of a beat 'em up too. Yeah. That you just beat up bad guys and level up and stuff. But the story is what made Kingdom Hearts. So yeah, it's pretty much like BioShock or like Last of Us. Yeah.
I mean, I really hope we sell it at work then. That'd be cool. Or I'm hoping that somewhere within the Disney property it will be sold because then I can get a discount on it.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool. Do they sell any like Disney games over there at Disneyland?
I think in Downtown Disney and World of Disney.
Oh, I think. Okay.
I think.
Oh, speaking of that, how is your first week or day or first time working there?
It wasn't too bad. It wasn't actually like really doing what my job will be. It was kind of like
it's like orientation.
Yeah, like an orientation to the company, but it was paid, and we got to go out and do some tours of the park and everything.
How was that?
It's really cool to see how much it goes into making it function every day. you know. And they're crazy about keeping everything, you know, under wraps and secret. So I actually had to sign a document and a contract saying like I wouldn't talk about anything.
Okay,
so
all right.
It's pretty crazy, but I'll say it's really cool, and it doesn't ruin the magic of Disneyland at all.
Oh, okay,
you know?
That's cool.
I'll say that. If anything, it kind of enhances it a little bit because then you see what goes into it, and then you're like, oh wow, like you start noticing things like that you normally wouldn't. Yeah, kind of get this appreciation for like how much detail goes into like everything.
All right, that sounds very cool. And you're a photographer,
yeah,
right?
Photographer.
And you basically take pictures for like kids with mascots or whatever on the spot, like at a certain station or what?
Yeah, there's like stations throughout both parks.
For California and Disneyland.
Yeah, the Disneyland Park and the California Adventure Park.
Mm-hmm.
There's like different areas in there. Like the most popular one right now is Cars Land. Like there's tons of photographers over there. You can take pictures with like Lightning McQueen comes out and Mater comes out and take pictures with them. Then people always kind of want to have their picture taken in front of like the main fire station, like the City Hall and Radiator Springs and everything. Like those are really popular.
Did you see how the photographers work? Like, do you know how like things are carried out, or no?
Not yet. I have my like on the job training this upcoming weekend.
Oh, okay.
So I'll really get to get my hands dirty, so to speak, and really see like, kind of what the process is. Get my costume issued on Friday, so that'll be interesting. It's like these like royal blue pants, and then a white shirt, and then eventually a vest. Like when you're in training, you don't get to wear the vest. That's how they know you're not
fully employed or whatever.
Like a full blown trained
photographer for Disneyland. Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Like, everything else is the same, but then when you get the vest, it's got like, that's the.
You're official.
You're official at that point. You know what I mean? So.
All right.
It'll be pretty cool. I'm actually really excited because I have my schedule for the next 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
It's all weekends. Which I wish it was more. I personally wish it was more. I wouldn't mind working more, but it's kind of convenient for first. So I kind of get like that transition where like I can still like, do what I've been doing all summer.
Yeah.
Kind of like start to figure out like, okay, what do I do if I start working on these days? But what I'm really excited about is that I'm working Friday the 13th, which is the start of Halloween time at Disneyland, which is one of the most popular seasons in the resort. So. I'm very excited for that.
Sounds like you're gonna have a lot of work then on your hands.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. But it's really weird because I work that day, Friday the 13th.
Right.
And so like all my shifts are like, like morning to afternoon or like full days. Like I have one day that's 7 to 3, I think, and another day is 9 to 5, and then that Friday is 6 to 10. It's kind of just like, why is it at night? Like, I don't...
Wait, 6 a.m. to 10
No, 6 p.m. to 10 p.m.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's kind of weird. It's like 4 hours at night. I'm just kind of like, okay. All right. If that's what you want me to do.
Yeah, like you have to drive all the way from Torrance to Anaheim just to work 4 hours.
Yeah. Yeah, which I mean, that's whatever, like, because...
How far is Anaheim?
It's like 25 miles.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not too bad. And especially, like, that, it pays for itself. You know what I mean? Like, that working that 4 hours is more than enough for, like, a tank of gas.
Right, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, I kind of waited out that way. Like, I'm making enough an hour, like, to...
Did you calculate there and back?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Because it'll take me, like, 2 gallons of gas, I think, okay. for that round trip, so I should be fine.
All right, that's about a good $8 to $9. Okay.
Yeah, and I'm gonna make like 5 times that.
Okay, all right.
Day,
that's at least At least you got that part figured.
Yeah, it'll be cool. Although now that I think about it, I'm gonna have to leave like earlier.
Right, because
I'm gonna
of
have
traffic.
to leave like 2.5 hours early because of traffic to get there. Because I've tried to drive out to Orange County before at like 5 o'clock, and it's just
horrendous.
Yeah, it's hell. But I mean, thankfully, I can just go into the park. I guess.
And just hang out.
Yeah, and just hang out and then.
Yeah, you do work there, so it's not like you can kick you out or anything before you work. So.
Yeah.
Do you get free rides, or no?
What do you mean?
Like, do you
get free admission? Are you saying?
Free, and then like, can you ride the rides at Disneyland for free or whatever?
Well, you don't pay per ride, Sean. I don't understand.
No, it's not. I mean, like, okay, sorry.
You mean like jump to the front of the line?
yeah. Can you, do you have like
Fast pass?
Fast pass. Yeah, you go. I was trying to. Yeah. I was like, what was that thing again? Yeah, because I haven't been there for a long ass time, so I totally forgot about the whole fast pass system and shit.
No. I end up just being like any other guest.
Right.
In the park when I go in. So like what I do is like I have my badge, and so like when I go through the main, like I always have to go through the main gate if I'm going into the park as a guest.
Right.
So I just go up. And I show them my badge, and they scan it, and they give me like a paper ticket for the day, and then I use that paper ticket to like go get fast passes like anybody else would.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
I see. That's what I was trying to get across. No. I know.
I was like, you haven't had to pay per ride since like the 70s, I think. You know. I was getting really confused. It's like, this ain't Knott's Berry Farm.
How much is it per ticket nowadays?
I think for a park hopper, for a one-day park hopper, it's like $120.
Oh Jesus!
But I mean, like.
And how much is parking?
15.
15. Okay, so that's a.
Which is cheaper than LA Convention Center.
Yes, it is actually. Yeah.
So that cost us like $20.
That cost $20. That's a total ripoff. I don't know why they charged that much for like parking that looks the same as the parking at my school. It's like it's not any different. Why is it more expensive? I have no idea. Yeah. Like you get a full day at my school, in the parking structure for $6. That's and then over this fuck. It's like, and that was $20 for LA convention. That's when we went to Anime Expo.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like that pretty much was last time we went and paid for fucking parking fee.
Yeah.
The parking fee is gonna be a pain in the fucking butt.
Yeah, they're not fun. But okay, so I got bored and looked up the park tickets. It's $137 for a one-day park hopper ticket. So it's both parks.
Oh, okay.
Right. Which I mean, I guess when you think about it, that sounds really expensive, but in my mind that's like, oh, I'm buying a $60 ticket for Disneyland and a $70 ticket for California Adventure. You know what I mean? Like that's how I'm looking at it. Like you can get a 2-day park hopper for $210.
Right.
You know what I mean? And you can use the second day within 2 weeks of your first day.
Oh, so you don't have to make it consecutive days.
So you don't have to make it consecutive days, so you could always go back. So like, even that's still worth it.
Okay.
I mean, I had an annual pass for like 3 or 4 years, and I always had the premium annual pass, and I did the monthly payment, which I don't know if that's only available to you as a California resident or not, which it might be, but I mean, so I lived in California. I did the monthly payment, and I did $100 down, and my payment was like $40 a month, which $40 a month, and I could go to Disneyland every day of the year, and my parking was free because it was included in the pass.
Okay, that's pretty fair then. Yeah, $40 and to be able $40 a month, to be able to go to Disneyland is it both parks?
Yeah, it's both parks when you have the annual passport.
Every day, anytime.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Yeah.
For the top tier pass, I'm saying, because there's various levels.
Yeah.
Where there's like blackout days.
Right.
But you can do monthly payments on those. But I mean, when I broke it down in my head, like, you could buy annual parking separately, and that cost another $100 or like another $75. So in my mind, it was kind of just like, okay, well, I'm not gonna want to pay for parking every time, so I just buy the parking, and then every time I'd add the parking onto like the pass I was looking at, it always just was like, okay, no, I'll get the next level pass. okay, no, I'll get the next level pass. You know, I kept doing them ahead, and finally I got to the point where I was buying the premium pass, admission every day of the year, free parking, and you get 25% off, like, at restaurants and on merchandise, and, you know, you get discounts and everything. Like, it was worth it. You know, it was $40 a month, and it was worth it.
Right. And that's $40 a month, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That's all right. That sounds pretty fair.
You know,
it's just a matter of, like, if you really want to go to Disneyland either once a week or something like that. For me, I'm totally burned out from Disneyland from fucking Disney World. And it was like that was way too fucking much. It was like so much within 3 days.
Oh yeah, see that's. Yeah. From everything I keep hearing is that, like, when people go to Disney World, you've got to do it in, like, a week. You know, like, when you do it in a week, it's like, you're, like, good. Because then your first 2 days, like, you pick parks, you know? You pick,
right.
Okay, first day we're going to go to this, second day we're going to go to this. And then you take your third day as a break, where you just, like, relax.
Yeah.
And then you do 2 more days, and then you leave. That's what I've heard. Like, I feel like when you put it into 3 days, yeah, definitely, it's a lot.
Yeah, that's like, it's... And, like, I mean, of course, a lot of, other little things from, you know, the fucking band parents.
Yeah. Well,
we went to Disney World, and it was like a band, marching band trip, and did you come along?
No, I didn't go.
Okay. Because you
I had a falling out with the band director, you might say.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. There's a little complication going on. But yeah, so we went on this, like, trip and to Disney World, and the main reason why, because we were actually one of, like, the competitors for this competition with, like, concert bands from other states. And that was, like, the main reason why we were there. But, like, pretty much, like, we were there most of the time just, like, fucking around and, like, going on all these, like, fucking rides and, like...
Because it was over spring break, wasn't it?
It was just during your spring break. Oh, my God. And, like, on top of that, the weather was horrible.
Yeah,
and, like...
I heard it rained.
It fucking rained. Like, it was like fucking... Every 5 minutes, it was, like, pouring. Like, fucking, like, it was no tomorrow. And, like, there was lightning and, like... It was fucking awful. And then, like, 5 minutes later, it's, like, fucking clear as, like, you know, it's just, you know, the blue, you see blue skies and, like, fucking sun. It's nice, but it's still stuffy, you know, the air. But, oh, Jesus, the weather was awful. I didn't like it. And, like, especially the first time you step into Florida, it's like, you're like, it feels like you're literally breathing in water. It was terrible.
Yeah, if you've never been to the South before, you know, it's
yeah, especially Florida.
It's a different experience. Yeah, because I've been to Florida and you know, Georgia and Texas and all that, and like I remember 2 years ago, I think it was 2 years ago, when I went to Georgia to pick something up for my grandma.
Right.
Like, I remember getting, like, when we got out at the airport, it wasn't that bad, you know, and then waiting to get on our little shuttle thing that was going to drop us off by my grandma's house, where she lived. Like, that wasn't too bad either, you know, because there was kind of like a breeze at the airport from all the traffic and everything.
Right.
But when we finally got to where we were going to wait for my grandma to pick us up, like an hour later, it was outside of a Waffle House, like at this gas station kind of, because that was a pickup drop-off point for the shuttle.
Yeah.
It was so damn hot and humid. It was it was terrible. Like when it's humid season in the South, like you can tell because there's like steam and sweat like on windows everywhere. You know,
yes.
Like, you can see it because the air conditioners are all going inside, and outside it's humid as hell, so you can see like the condensation.
Yeah,
like, just building.
It's
up.
such a contrast that it just creates that nastiness, and it's just like. And and especially in the morning, you can see the fucking like the fog all across.
Yep.
You see the humidity. It's crazy. It's, and I'm one of those people that fucking absolutely hated it. And I'm like, how the fuck does anyone like this kind of weather?
People handle it.
Yeah, I mean it's just preferences, I guess. But for me, I absolutely fucking hated it. And then like on top of that, like. The time difference didn't really help.
It's 3 hour difference.
Yeah, and for me, I'm kind of sensitive when it comes to time difference, especially when I go to fucking Japan and come back.
Oh jeez.
Yeah, it's that added to kind of my negative part, my negative experience being in Florida. But for the most part, there were a lot of memories. There were a lot of good memories made in when we were in Florida. So it's like a love and hate relationship thing.
It's on that toss up.
Yeah, it's definitely a toss up, but yeah, it definitely could have gone worse. but I remember that we had like a some barbecue thing too, but like on the day we had it, it was like really cloudy and like just absolutely depressing. And it was like we were at a beach, and this was in Orlando, by the way, and we were at a beach, and it was just like dark. No one's at the fucking beach. It was like eerily quiet. It was like the absolute opposite of what we pictured of what our barbecue would look like. It was like no sky at all, no blue sky at all. It was just like great grayness throughout the horizon. It was fucking depressing.
That's so funny.
Yeah, and of course the air is still humid as hell. So it's like that. Yeah, that was Florida. Yeah. Oh, and I remember. I'm not gonna name the two people that did this, but there were two people from our group that shoplifted the shit out of Disney World and pretty much stole over. I'm not kidding you, like $500 worth of merchandise.
Sweet Jesus.
Yeah. Of course, I'm not gonna name those two individuals, but yeah, that happened, and I have no fucking clue how they did it. It's like I'm pretty sure Disney World's like has all that money so they can like have that security and shit.
Yeah.
But it just kind of blows my mind of how they were able to get away with it.
That's crazy.
And it was just like all these like keychains and like these like all these like other good like Disney goods and like I have no Jesus.
They probably took shit that nobody cared about.
That could be a possibility, but still, I think it was over $500 worth of whatever. It was pretty crazy.
That's hilarious.
that is hilarious too. I remember on the last day we went to Planet Hollywood, which is like a restaurant. I think it was started by like certain celebrities. I think it was like Arnold Schwarzenegger and like Stallone and Bruce Willis or something like that.
That sounds like sounds about right.
Anyways,
they're really cool restaurants. If you know, they got tons of movie memorabilia and stuff in them, like props and stuff. So that's what they're known for.
Yeah, it's like it's like a theater, like movie memorabilia kind of restaurant. And we went to one that was within Disney World, and I remember having like this like spicy like Thai noodle thing, and then like fucking Steve Tomiyama.
Yeah.
He had a steak, and that thing was rare as fucking oh my god, it's just red as blood. It was just like and then like it was like the most expensive thing on the menu, and it was like Jesus. It was $35 at least.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it was like a steak and some stuff with it, but like that was. But that price tag, oh god.
That's hilarious.
It was fucking hilarious.
Yeah, you get what you pay for, though.
Yeah. Have you been to a Planet Hollywood or?
I've been to Planet Hollywood in Vegas, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. How was that for you?
I personally like restaurants like that where they've got the whole theme. Like I know some people who hate like Planet Hollywood, Rainforest Cafes, those types of restaurants, but right. I personally like them.
Yeah.
I think they're fun to me. They're cool to me. I like that. I'm like, oh, I'm not,
Yeah.
It's kind of nice to just go to a place like that every now and then.
Yeah, it is.
You kind of forget that you're in a restaurant and you're just like, oh, it's cool. Just hanging out.
Yeah.
Watch is attacking me. Shit hurts.
Another reason why not to have a smartwatch. It might fucking do some more than attacking. Oh, and there's some interesting that caught my attention. Is fake foods you are eating.
What?
Yeah, an article about artificial foods that I guess we apparently don't know. Cheese faking is an art nearly as popular as cheese making. All kinds of brands make not cheese, but the classic is easy cheese.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fake.
This pasteurized cheese snack is full of fillers, oil, and emulsifiers.
Okay.
Yeah, the ingredients are so uncheese-like that the lobbyists tried to force Kraft to call its cheese products embalmed cheese.
Huh.
But the government settled on processed cheese, according to the Complete Idiot's Guide to Cheese of the World.
The fact that something like that exists is like Complete Idiot's Guide.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, next one is about mayonnaise. Less of an imposture than a consumer mistake. This white spread doesn't technically meet the official definition of mayonnaise, which requires at least 65% vegetable oil. What do you get instead? Dressing, where the major players are water, soybean oil, and vinegar. Tasty, sure. Mayo, no.
That was Best Foods?
It doesn't really say. Yeah, it doesn't say what kind of mayonnaise.
Oh, okay.
It's weird. Oh wow. Next one is about vanilla. There's actually no vanilla. Nothing that even starts with the prefix van on the ingredient list of Nilla wafers.
Oh yeah,
Nilla wafers.
vanilla wafers.
Nilla wafers. Yeah. The only tribute to their namesake, natural and artificial flavor from what? The label doesn't tell us.
The next one's interesting.
Chocolate is not chocolate. A chocolate chip cookie by any other name is a total red flag. See chocolate chip flavored cookies. Why is it called flavored? To be called chocolate, the FDA requires that food contain cocoa butter, and these use cheaper vegetable oils as substitutes. And yes, that partially hydrogenated palm kernel oil is code for trans fat. Bake your own. So I guess you gotta watch out for chocolate chip flavored cookies.
Yeah. God, that makes me wonder. I've never really actually looked at because I love Chips Ahoy cookies.
Yeah, look at
I'll look at it now to see flavor. Or is it actually chocolate?
Yeah. The world's most popular cookie is, believe it or not, vegan. Which is great for animals, but a bummer for everyone expecting cream in the middle. The white stuff cream, spelled CREME, they call it, is a blend of canola oil, artificial flavors, sugar, and other suspect players. And sadly, the very last ingredient is chocolate.
Makes me feel so sad about Oreos.
Yeah. Or
Actually, but I knew that though. I knew they were vegan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Caramel syrup may look and taste like the gross approximation of caramel, but industrial caramel is way different than the kind you make at home using a sugar base. Some caramel color is processed with ammonia, and California even added the compound that makes it up. I can't even read that. That's 4-methyl-lemi. 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 4 Dizole.
What? Oh, methyl.
Methylamine dizole. Dazole. Dazzle. I don't know.
Methylimidazole.
Imidazole.
Imidazole. Methylimidazole. Yeah, shit. Fuck that.
You can't even pronounce that shit. To its known carcinogens carcinogens. There you go. Companies don't have to disclose whether they use ammonia in their caramel color, so it's best to melt your own. Let's see. Whipped cream, of course. All right. When you see this fluffy stuff, you can't help but wonder. Sometimes before you eat it, but more often after. Wait, what is this stuff? Truly, imitation whipped cream is a modern marvel. Though very debatably food, how else to explain the 14 ingredients responsible for a light as air texture? As an old childhood expression goes, pretty pleased with imitation whipped cream topping and a cherry on top.
These are so crazy.
Yeah, Jesus, it has all the ingredients that I can't pronounce. Except for water and hydrogenated vegetable oil. Next. Oh, Jesus, peanut butter. Yeah, that's like one of the ones I knew. Peanut flavored sugar oil doesn't have the quite the same ring,
Yep.
but it's far more accurate a name than its honey roast peanut butter from Peter Pan. What shouldn't contain added sugar has at least 2 types plus partially hydrogenated oil, code for trans fat. Alright, so I guess don't get Peter Pan, kids.
Yeah. I've always been a Skippy kind of
Skippy
person.
or Jif.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Gone are the good old days of ice cream. Now we're forced to shovel down spoonfuls of frozen dairy dessert, which can't legally be called ice cream without containing at least 10% milk fat, according to this depressing New York Times lament of ice cream loss. What Breyer's extra creamy vanilla frozen dairy dessert does contain is plenty of corn syrup, gums, and whey.
It's crazy.
Oh, eggs.
Yeah, I've never been a big fan of egg beaters.
Egg beaters, yeah. Eggs are one ingredient, but substituting them takes 20. Thankfully, eggs top the ingredient list, but it goes downhill from there. The very next ingredient is a proprietary blend of natural flavor to conjure up egginess. And that egg ingredient is egg whites.
Yeah.
It's like the only thing that's from the actual egg. Butter that's not butter. Okay, so serve this on your popcorn and you'll have people believing it's not butter in no time. Butter, quote unquote, spray is as artificial as it gets.
Never used butter spray.
No, fuck no. I never used butter spray. You want to turn on the fan?
Oh, okay. All right.
It's the one with the dial.
Should I turn it? Which do I want it on 3 or 1?
Just wait. Try 1 for now. Is that a 1?
Yeah.
Okay. That should be good. Oh, this one's about potatoes.
I had one of my roommates in college loved fake boxed potatoes, and I was like, those aren't real potatoes.
Oh, that's gross.
My ex-girlfriend was like that too. Like, I love mashed potatoes, like real mashed potatoes. Like, we make them all the time in my house. Like,
right.
we get the potatoes, we peel them, mash them, whip them up with some butter and some milk, some salt and pepper in there.
Yeah.
That's how we eat them. She was like, oh, if they're not from the box, I don't like them. I was like, that shit just does not taste the same.
Wait, she didn't even prefer the real thing.
No.
What?
Yeah, it was weird.
Oh, Jesus. That's not normal.
I know. I mean, that's probably why we broke up. She didn't like real potatoes. I'm just kidding. There are many more reasons, but
Yeah.
At the end of the day,
yeah,
I feel like that should be one of them.
Yeah. Meet the mashed potato in a box, whose first ingredient is thankfully potatoes, dehydrated potato flakes to be exact. But they also come with preservatives, emulsifiers, flavorings, and even trans fats. At that point, good luck trying to convince anyone of potato realness. Chocolate milk does not have chocolate milk. Take a closer look. That's chocolate milk in your hand. Wait, chocolate drink, not chocolate milk. Yoo-hoo! Oh my god, I used to drink Yoo-hoo all the time. Yeah. I used to love that stuff when I was a kid. That thing was so good.
It did taste delicious.
It is irresistible. So anyways, Yoo-hoo doesn't actually contain any liquid milk, but it does come with a dose of partially hydrogenated soybean oil, hello trans fat, in parentheses. We dare you to get even halfway down the ingredient list before shedding a chocolate-flavored tear. Yeah, looking at that makes me sad.
It's depressing.
It's a guilty pleasure though. It was like so good. But of course I don't drink anymore. Next one is orange juice. Sunny D. That's another drink I drank too.
I still love that stuff.
Yeah. Sunny D contains high fructose corn syrup and less than 2% of concentrated orange, tangerine, apple, lime, and grapefruit juice. Fruit concentrates are basically syrup usually added to drinks and food as additional sweeteners. And it has some ingredients on the bottom that I don't even want to pronounce. It's like sodium hexametaphosphate.
Yep.
And sodium benzoate.
Yellow number 5 and number 6.
Oh yeah. Maple syrup, that's not maple syrup. Check out the syrup in your pantry before you... Sorry, that's the email. Before you pour it in your on your stack of pancakes. Chances are good you won't find anything close resembling maple syrup. But you'll find plenty of corn syrup, 2 types, and artificial flavorings. Here, treat your pancakes to another squeeze of sodium hexametaphosphate.
That's funny that the same stuff that's in Sunny D is in
artificial
syrup,
yeah, fake maple syrup. Oh, I remember reading from Bathroom Reader. You know those books?
Yeah.
That the ingredient inside Twinkies, I forgot what it was called, is also used in bombs or hand grenades.
The fuck?
Yeah, I totally forgot what the name was, but I think it's a petroleum product or something like that.
I could understand that deep.
Yeah, and it's used in like frag grenades.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't feel safe eating Twinkies anymore.
Yeah. Sorry to Twinkie lovers, but you're eating something that's pretty much kind of close to a hand grenade. So. All right, next blueberries. Okay, so what goes best with fake maple syrup? Fraudulent pancakes, of course. Read the tiny print that says with imitation blueberries, and you'll be dying to hear how to fake a fruit. Here's a secret: take some dextrose, fractionated palm kernel oil, flour, citric acid, cellulose gum, maltodextrin, artificial flavors, 2 types of blue, 1 part red, and you're set. Oh yeah, of course, bacon bits.
Aw.
Yep. Of course, it's you can tell they're not like actual bacon.
That's true.
Yeah. It's okay. So, ever wonder what's in bacon bits? Not bacon. Bacon pieces has 12 ingredients, lots of unpronounceables, and no hint of the sizzly stuff.
Can be so sad.
Yep. I used to use that in my salad. But...
I still do, if we're gonna be honest.
Oh really?
Although actually, my dad has found some that's like it's real bacon strips, but they're just like what's the word I'm looking for? Like dehydrated.
Oh okay.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So it's almost like bacon jerky kind of.
Oh I see. Oh okay. Oh all right.
They're like all chopped up and everything.
Oh that sounds good. Lemonade, of course.
Yeah.
Even if life doesn't give you lemons, you can still make lemonade. The lemonade drink mix ingredient list mentions nary a lemon, but plenty else. Because nothing captures the color of summer quite like yellow number 5. And yeah, and apparently they contain soy.
Yeah.
Somehow, for some reason. Whoa, there's a really strange name. Tocopherol. Tocopherol. Oh yeah, I guess it's tocopherol. And that and that is used to preserve the freshness of your lemonade. You ever had made lemonade?
Yeah.
Like let's say from like Jack in the Box or like you know the fountain.
Yeah.
That tastes like shit. I don't like that.
Just does not taste okay.
It definitely leaves that same aftertaste as other diet drinks.
Yeah.
That aspartame or whatever the hell.
Yep.
Yeah. Tea. Oh boy. Tea equals tea and water. It's the easiest recipe on earth. Yet companies so often seem to lose sight of what they're brewing. See Sobe, a PepsiCo company that manages to cram 11 ingredients in no less than 5 weird extracts into their green tea. All in all, that's 21 grams of sugar and 0 green tea in our book. An extra does not green tea make. And yeah, pretty much it's filtered water, sugar, natural flavor, citric acid, absorbic acid, which is vitamin C, green tea extract, caramel color, Reb A, guarana seed extract, Panax, ginseng root extract, and rose hips extract.
I drink that stuff all the time.
Yeah, I drank Sobe too, sometimes. Yeah, and that's it. Yeah, stuff like that always gets my attention. I remember reading a book from Eat This Not That, and apparently the Big Mac has less calories than a regular Whopper.
I can believe that.
Yeah.
Believe that.
Big Mac is not exactly big. So.
It's really not.
Yeah. And if we're gonna be honest, that thing has 3 buns, so
Yeah.
and little meat.
Yeah. I see somebody was doing some cat research.
Oh, I think that's my mom. which is fair because you know, cats are very popular on the internet.
I mean, Sean, if you're watching cat YouTube videos, this is a judgment-free zone.
No, I do not watch that kind of thing. Okay, I watch Angry Joe and fucking other gaming shit on YouTube. Okay, and as I myself make gaming shit along with Corey. Let's see. Anything else more? Wait a minute, was Ariel Castro the same dude that came out to three girls, and then like the black guy being
Yeah.
interviewed. Oh, okay. So that was the guy. Okay. Yeah, Jesus Christ, that's so funny. Have you seen that video?
Yeah, I forget what it.
I forgot his name, but I definitely remember his face, and like, he, and like the way he responded was really funny.
Yeah.
And like he talks about like McDonald's and like something like that, and like I heard that McDonald's offered him like free food for like a year or something like that, just because they mentioned like their products.
Note to self: remember, small town hero. Mention McDonald's.
Yeah, mention McDonald's, especially when Monopoly is around the corner.
Yeah.
Oh.
I got really close to winning this past game, so.
Oh yeah. That one happened to me. Not the last one, but the one before. I almost won a car.
I almost had 10 grand. I was really hoping.
Oh yeah, same here too. Shit, I was like, come on, even 1,000 would satisfy me. Damn it, come on.
Yep.
But nope, nothing. I just realized that we're pretty fucking close to the releases of the PS4 and the Xbox One.
Yeah, November, right?
They're both. I think they're both November.
Yeah, because I was on Fry's website the other day and I noticed that you could pre-order.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, and then maybe they posted on the date on the Amazon website, but well, let me double check. I think I did made a pre-order, but I kind of backed off just to make sure, like in case I didn't get it. I didn't have enough money at the time. Let's see. PS4. Okay, so on Amazon it says November 15th.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
And then the Xbox One is somewhere more towards the end of November. I remember that much.
Okay. Xbox One console. Apparently, this is saying December 31st. I'm on Amazon.
Oh, so I guess they haven't updated that yet, or something.
Maybe, I don't know.
I heard. Yeah, I heard it's by the end of November, around.
Yeah, we'll see. Well, I mean, December 31st is kind of at the end of November. See what I did there?
Yeah. Yeah.
There we go. The price came down. Good job.
What happened?
Oh, I've been all right. So there's this one particular watch that I've been looking at buying for the last 3 weeks here, and it's a watch company that's it's located in Japan, and they have a USA counterpart, but I don't think they have. Okay, how do I put this? All right. So it's like $120 watch, but if you buy it direct from the online USA store, it's like 200 something.
Right.
You know what I mean? So they can be had for cheaper through Amazon, and it's fulfilled by Amazon.
Right.
But they were out of stock in on Amazon because the shipments needed to build the watches in the factory in Japan to send them over.
Right.
To Amazon. But the USA warehouse for the actual company, they had access to them, so I'd been waiting it out, and I finally noticed because I saw somewhere online they're just out of stock right now. They'll be back at the end of August.
Yeah. Okay.
Right, and so I saw it yesterday, and it was $140, which was all right, that's not bad.
Okay.
But they're usually $120.
Mm-hmm.
Now, today, they're $120.
I actually got a funny story about that, but although it's not about a watch, it was it's a soprano sax, and I actually bought one, right?
Okay.
But I bought it through eBay, and then and it's you can pretty much get the same thing from on Amazon,
mm-hmm.
but it was a little cheaper on eBay, so that's why I got it from there.
Mm-hmm.
But how pretty much when I got it though, I tried playing it a little bit, and I couldn't even play the lower notes. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna send this fucker back. So, yeah. So and that fucker cost like $250, which is like considered very cheap for soprano sax.
Yeah.
Your average soprano sax, even for a student model, is like well over $600.
Oh jeez.
Yeah. And if you want a decent soprano sax, you might be looking at $1,200.
All right then. Okay.
I think I'd rather get a iMac than a soprano. Luckily, I did find a used soprano sax in reasonable condition for around $450, and it's from a pawn shop, I think. And it said that I read the description carefully, and then it said that it was from a store return, either from a store return or it was a display model or something like that. So I'm gonna go with that one, and if it doesn't work, then I'm just gonna try to repair it or something.
All right.
Yeah, it looked nicer too, so I'm definitely gonna try to keep that one rather than the other one.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I think one of the reasons is that the way they ship their saxophone is that when you open the thing, it's like you find these corks, right?
Yeah.
And they're like shoved under the fucking the keypad.
Yeah.
Which pretty much how you play notes. For those who don't know, and if that thing is crooked, you can't play shit.
Yeah.
So I think what happens is that because they do that fucking fucks up the padding, the key, and like bends it. So they'll ruin your sax. Rather than keeping it shut, they keep it force it open. Yeah.
That is ridiculous.
Yeah. Lesson learned. Don't get anything cheap. Always go for a used sax for a reasonable price.
Yeah, there you go.
Yep. And of course, if you're just a student trying out the soprano sax for your school or whatever, then definitely just go for a rental or something like that at your local Sam Ash or whatever.
Yeah.
It really is sad that martial music is gone.
I know. I was thinking about that the other day.
Yeah, I thought about it when I was searching around for saxes.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's a really sad thing that it went.
It really is.
And they had a huge sale, with their sheet music.
Yeah.
They're really known for their sheet music, so that's why, martial music was pretty popular around here.
Yeah,
I think people even from different states came to martial music.
Yeah, I'd always heard stuff like that. People would come from everywhere.
Yeah,
to
just to check out their sheet music.
They definitely had a huge, I remember most of the store was sheet music.
Yeah, dude, pretty much 99% of the floor was sheet music.
Yeah.
Across, you just see all sheet music, and then on the wall you just see some instruments. That's it. Yeah. And then, but it's kind of, and then if you want to compare to Sam Ash, it's kind of they only have so little sheet music, and then all their other shit is equipment and stuff. Lighting, even lighting and DJ stuff, and yeah. And then they have one wall all guitars.
Yep.
It's always a nice wall.
Enjoy walking by there.
All right, I think we're gonna wrap it up for today.
Okay.
For this podcast, I mean, this was the 6th episode.
Going on 6.
Yep, going on 6. All right, so hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you guys for listening on this podcast. We'll see you next time, and we'll see you later.
Have a good night.